listeners. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. This whole hour set of our teen athlete. And all those people and businesses that support those teen athletes. Well, after last week, I'm glad it's not as crowded. I mean, it was elbow room only last week, right?
No seats. No seats available.
That's it. We had to take them out of every single room in the house, huh?
The cheap seats weren't even in the room.
I know, that's it.
That's how cheap they were.
I know. It's so funny. We had the door closed and we were all like snuggly, and today there's like we have plenty of seats. I mean, I thought, we have like rows of room here.
Yeah.
And the door's open.
But the people just didn't show.
I know.
I'm keeping the money.
I was vacation week. I just say.
Is that what it is?
It's vacation week.
It's the middle of summer.
Well,
Yeah.
no one told me it was vacation week. I'm still here.
I still owe you.
don't understand.
I still owe you either birthday breakfast or lunch or whatever. Whatever you want. Let's have birthday
took a
breakfast.
vacation.
I know. Oh, you did. You had a vacation.
I did.
Where did you go? And who authorized that?
I know. I escaped. It was authorized by my mother.
Yeah, exactly. She paid for everybody.
We went to...
She has 5 kids, too. That's very expensive.
Pennsylvania. And with my 5 children. And we actually got a chance to visit Philadelphia. Mm-hmm. And we did a constitutional tour. Highly recommended if you get a chance to go to Philadelphia to learn a little bit about the founding of our country.
Did you see
in the beginning,
yes. And the signatures?
Yes.
Isn't that Hancock rather flamboyant? I mean, come on.
Saw the Liberty Bell, but it was the stories that were really, really amazing. And frequently the tour guides are graduating college students, and so you're getting very fresh perspective and fresh stories about what happened in the early stages of our country.
What was your best one?
My best one, did you know that John Adams reported Thomas Jefferson as being dead when they were in the race for the presidency?
Serious?
Yes. Talk about negative advertising. He literally issued newspaper reports that his opponent was dead, so you might as well vote for him.
Did you see a copy of it?
No. We just heard the story from the English student.
I never learned that.
Yeah.
We need to get a refund on that bell. It's cracked.
Exactly.
Was there any information, speaking of the Liberty Bell, was there any information as to how it got cracked in the first place?
Yes. So at that time, they were experimenting with various, putting together various combinations of metals. And so when the bell was formed, it had a crack, and then they attempted to heal it with a different metal compound, and they could never quite get it quite right. So there's a different bell that they ring when they do ring, and the actual Liberty Bell is set aside because we don't want it to crack any further.
Right, I thought it rang I thought it broke it after they won the Super Bowl. No.
Okay, that was an interesting story. You got a second?
Yeah.
So apparently,
luck.
There was a curse on the city of Philadelphia because the statue of William Penn, William Penn is the gentleman who originally was given the grant for the land of Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania is, I think, Penn's Wood is what it translates to. And the statue of William Penn, no building was supposed to be built higher than the statue of William Penn. Well, obviously, Philadelphia grew, right? So the locals have always said that they've had a curse on them because of all of the high-rise buildings that are higher than William Penn. So guess what someone did this last year?
They raised the statue higher?
They went on the top of the tallest building in Philadelphia, and they put a miniature statue of William Penn on the top of the building. And guess what? They won.
Get out of here. They really do that?
Yes.
That's wild.
They really did.
Yeah. That's wild.
Okay, forget about his finger. Forget about Brady's finger, right? He had a broken finger.
Well, that's pretty cool. And how was the weather?
Actually, the weather was similar to Santa Barbara's weather, but a little more humid. Mm-hmm. And so we had intermittent days of rain. But we also got to visit the botanical gardens out there that's very famous, Longwood Gardens in Pennsylvania. And it's just spectacular. So I think it was the DuPont family purchased a large amount of acreage that had old-growth trees on it. And it's actually the home of the oldest American elm tree. and it may also be the only last existing old growth American elm tree. So it's very fascinating. But you've done a lot of traveling to different states and stuff in our country.
Well, not so much. I mean, I've gone to some places, but I haven't recently. I mean, we've gone to Northern California. I spent a month in my 20s in Idaho, moving around there. As I said, I went to New York City for a week. I spent that time with a friend of mine.
Isn't it great?
I went to Miami,
travel?
but we were catching a cruise ship, so I didn't see much of the town.
Jessica, you travel out? No?
Not so much, but as much as I don't, I've been to a few places. I went to Minnesota a couple of years ago.
Oh, there you go.
Been to Arizona, Nevada, Texas, and then this coming November, I'll be going to Rome and London.
Woo! There you go.
Very exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, travel is just fantastic. It really broadens your perspective.
I have a sister who she blows me away. She's younger than I am, and she's retired. Retired teacher, but she and her husband are in their RV traveling the country. And I just saw a map on Facebook where they started with the West Coast, and they have already been to probably 10 or 12 of the states. If not through them, they've stopped and visited and so forth. And I'm just sitting here going, how in the world did you manage that? Because I go back to our trip when we went up to Yosemite and Nevada City, and I want to do that again. Not necessarily to those locations, although they were nice, but it's like what you were just saying, being on the road. And I have to say, we made this promise to ourselves we would never eat at fast food restaurants. It was always going to be the diners, those kinds of things, all right? And that's the kind of trip I want to take.
Yeah, you meet really interesting people. I'd love to do it for a month.
Yeah.
And the biggest comment my kids had about the East Coast, because they're really, West Coast kids, is on the East Coast, they don't just say hello, how are you, but they want to hear your story. They engage you in conversation. So my kids frequently went, oh my God, it's a person, and they want to talk.
It's true. Like that, definitely when we went back east, when you sit at a restaurant and you start talking, I mean, other people in the restaurant, they start engaging.
They get involved.
Oh yeah. I would say involved is a good way to put it.
Yeah. And I think the personal space. One time we talked about the personal space. I think the personal space is greater on the West Coast than on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I understand you two are actually heading for the eastern part of the country. Sedona, Arizona.
By
comparison to California, it's east. Okay.
We're going to a little healing seminar.
Yeah. Very cool. Connected with the website, the wellness thing?
Well, we're always looking at different healing modalities, and especially all the new technologies that are coming out now. We just, it's going to be very interesting what happens over the next 5 to 10 years. I think the medical industry and the wellness industry is going to totally do a 180 and really focus on educating people how we affect our own health. And it's really, there's a number of really good books out that talk about how much our thoughts are affecting our health.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We'll take a little break, but I'll have Dominique pull those up, and then we'll share those after break. How about that?
That sounds like a good plan.
And then we're going to be rolling out some new commercials. And again, put our hands together for Dr. D. I always like to share this, but these commercials are always dedicated to those who give back most in Santa Barbara for the last 8 years because of the kindness of Dr. D. These commercials are all donated, and we made a point 8 years ago when the ship sailed. The ship sailed. T-Sports Radio sailed out of the kindness of News Press Radio to us. I thought it was best to gift all of the
great idea.
Advertising. Well, you helped it by gifting your time. So, and we made a point to gift back, and I think it's connected the community. Yeah. And I think it's raised a lot of money.
It has,
and it's
By
worked.
the way, you need to talk to us if you're still collecting from those boxes that you've dropped off. Change boxes.
We did.
We are. Yeah. Santa Cruz Market just called, and they have more monies to pick up.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
And got to thank Bobbitt to Levy and Santa Cruz Market and Old Town Goleta. And I just like to share that we love Old Town Goleta, and we're going to be. I don't think Anthony's going to be here today, but we're also pitching the wall, getting artists out there.
They have a mural that they want to put up.
Yeah.
Right by the
Community Center. Yeah.
Goleta. They're working
on it this week. So again, all artists, please go down to the community center, register yourself, especially if you're a teenager, and get out there because we are going to make Goleta beautiful. Old Town Goleta is going to be. We're going to make that place a hot spot.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a break. Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. All right, we've got Jessica in the house with Pal Ochoa.
Correct.
I do good on that, right? I do good, yeah. So, Pal, talk to us about Pal. You got some beautiful ladies in the house, so let's start with Pal first.
As for PAL, we've been super busy over at our teen center. Our numbers are going up again. The first couple weeks of summer, it is a little slow just because everybody does go on their vacations. We are picking up. We have a couple clinics going on. We have gymnastics, which we just introduced.
Wow. I thought you were talking about doing that. That was
we're out there.
Nice.
We are letting the 10-year-olds just because so they can warm up if they're late 10, about to turn 11. They are welcome to come. We also have our jiu-jitsu clinics. Thank you to Gracie Barra. They're letting us go over to their
Gracie.
gym.
Woo!
And then we have our Teen Fit program over at the Montecito YMCA. Mondays they're swimming. Wednesdays they're working out. So that's going on.
Nice.
Today I have Jade Martinez and Vickie Salamanca.
Hello, my name is Jade Martinez, and I've been part of PAL for like a year now, and it's just fun. Like, we go to different places. Like, I've been to Sequoia, I've been to Cops and Kids, and then pretty soon I'm going to go to a teen summit in Washington, D.C., like in 2 weeks.
Wow.
With Judy and this other girl who's also in YLC. So it has a lot of fun experiences.
Nice. When you go away to these events, how many kids are in the group?
It varies. For like Cops and Kids, I think it was like 20.
We had 20, 25.
25 kids. And then for Sequoia, it's a bit less. It's like 13.
So you're saying Sequoia?
Yeah, Sequoia.
You're going up north, or where is?
Yeah.
Wow. You're going up to visit the Sequoias?
Yeah, you sleep there in the tent.
Yes.
So it's like, it's fun.
Oh my God, have you ever done that before?
Well, I went last year with Pal. But it was my first year camping, so it was fun.
Nice. Awesome. So what's your favorite part of camping?
The hikes.
Nice. Nice. So when you went to the Sequoias, did you visit, what is there, June Lake nearby? Did you visit any of the lakes close by?
We did visit some lakes, but we did a lot of hiking most of all. I like watching the sunsets. We will always watch the sunsets.
Nice. So what's your longest hike?
I think it was 30 minutes the longest. It wasn't that long.
Okay. That's good, though.
How about the campfires at night?
Oh, yeah, the campfires that keep
like
us
those?
warm. Yeah.
Keeps us warm. Keeps us warm. Freezing. No, just kidding.
How about the mosquitoes or the bugs? Were they that bad?
I usually don't get a lot of mosquito bites, but my sister, she does. So
you've offered her up as bait.
Yeah.
She hides behind her.
She's a wall. Everybody ducks behind her.
So what would you say to a teen who has never been camping before, that doesn't really know about the experience? How would you encourage them to come and do this kind of trip?
Well, for me, it was my first time camping, so it is a new experience. But, like, it's fun because you get to interact with the other kids while you're hiking and make friends with them. So it's pretty fun.
Nice. Did you play any games when you were camping?
Well, we went to the lake. We had, they had chicken fights on the lake.
Excuse me, what?
Chicken fights.
You better explain that.
So they got on top of each other and they started pushing them. I don't know how to explain. Pushing themselves.
Okay.
And then
who falls first?
Yeah,
was this in a pool or on land?
In the lake.
In the lake.
In the lake.
lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you fell off, no big deal. You just
Yeah.
I think I've camped at the campsite that you were at. That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
How about the stars? Can you explain what you see at night?
Well, at night, we usually go on a sunset, and then to go on a sunset hike, and we watch the sun go down, and then we usually go back to the campfire, and Officer Kurt, he starts reading his scary stories, and we have s'mores.
Does he read local legends or his own favorite scary stories?
It's from, I don't know what book he uses, but he always uses the same book.
Nice. So which high school are you at right now?
San Marcos High School.
You're at San Marcos. What's your favorite area of study?
I really like math.
Excellent. Do you have a college yet that you're planning to go to?
I want to, one of the colleges I want to go is Westmont.
Excellent. Do you know Erica Salda is a Westmont graduate?
Westmont.
She'd be a good Westmonster.
Absolutely. So do you play any sports or have any other?
I'm in band right now at SM. So
you're out in the front of the school. Which instrument are you playing?
Well, I'm not in marching band, but I was in wind ensemble.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. And your favorite instrument is?
Saxophone.
Sax. How fun. Are you doing the jazz band or just the band?
Just the band.
Very good. So mathematics and music. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have an older sister that's also at the same high school as me, and then a younger brother who's at La Colina.
Oh, excellent. Do they attend PAL as well?
Yes, both of them.
Excellent. So who was the first that dragged you into PAL?
Well, my sister, she went into the Explorers Academy, so she found out through a friend, and then she went to DC last year, and when they came back, Judy invited me to go to Sequoia. So after the Sequoia trip, I started going to PAL.
So, Jessica, do these trips cost the kids money in order to attend a PAL trip?
No, they don't. So most of our money comes from either donations, also the kids fundraise it. We have our YLC members that go and do the YLC board. They say, you know what, this is what we're trying to do. We need this much amount. And then if it's granted, it is. And if it's not, they raise the rest. They always raise the rest.
Wow.
Same thing for Explorers. When they go out to their competitions, they do need T-shirts. They need the BDUs, which is their pants, and they raise their money as well.
That's huge. What's your favorite fundraising activity?
My favorite fundraising activity, I think it's when we go to Montecito Motor Classics. We sell T-shirts, and it's fun because there's also the car show, so you get to walk around and see the cars.
Nice. Excellent.
Awesome. So have you already done your fundraising?
Yeah, we fundraised many events. We did the polo fields. We fundraised there. There was a lacrosse tournament.
Nice.
And we helped with parking and many more events.
Good. So you already finish up, so you already have your monies to go and all that other kind of stuff? You already done?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. So who's your friend?
Vickie.
Are you going to go too, Vickie?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm planning on going.
Nice. Did you already do all your fundraising too?
No, not yet. I recently came back from Arizona. I went there for a year.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to be back in Wowsy soon.
Okay. So are you going to be going up to this camp? Are you going to be going up to where
The Sequoias?
Sequoias?
No. Actually, I'm busy with school right now. I'm taking a summer class at CC.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What class are you taking?
Music 110, so the history of music.
Nice. You like it?
It's interesting.
She looks up. What are you consulting with somebody up there?
Yeah, music goes way, way back.
It does, yeah.
What school requirement is it fulfilling for you?
High school graduate.
Nice. So are you doing dual enrollment?
Dual enrollment, yes.
Excellent. Are you looking at all the other classes that you might take? Do you have something else that you might take at SBCC?
Psychology.
Excellent. Which college do you feel like you're headed to?
Well, I'm planning on going to City College for 2 years and then hopefully transferring to Arizona State.
Perfect.
Such a good school.
Yeah, excellent. That's what my kids did. They went to SBCC and then transferred to other colleges.
Yeah.
It's really excellent. So when you transfer to Arizona State, what are you going to focus on?
Psychology. I would like to major in that.
Nice. You want to be a doctor?
I don't know yet. I'm hoping just right now I want to be a counselor.
Nice.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. How exciting. So what's your favorite thing about PAL?
Just the community itself. You know, I've been part of PAL since graduating 6th grade. It's been my life, basically. I got to know new people and all that. It's got me to get out of my shell because I'm a shy person, but oh yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
It's not you. Look at that face. You light up the room and you smile. Look at it, just bling. You're blinging everything. See, this guy over here to the left, he keeps giving smushy sign. We call it smushy. He's been smushing us for like 2 minutes, okay? So he's laughing at me. So we're going to take a little break, okay? Then I'm going to give you more smiles. Because every time you smile, look at this, you're just making the door close. All right, so let's take a little break. It's Erica Salda. Take a little break. Back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in every single Tuesday. This is so, relaxing. You know, the funny thing is about juggling, what did we have last week? 18 people?
20 people.
What are you? What is that? Do you know I got some on me? You can't do that. Even though, we were talking about the space, we've got so much square footage in here, but you're you're within 2 feet from me. So if you go, I'm going to get some on me. That's all I'm saying. It's radio. Everyone's laughing. And then the funny thing is
and now it's
then
all...
Coach Dane, he goes, I want to stream something live. So I put it on, I looked at it on Facebook's, right? Fakesbooks. I don't even know why I said that. But it's the thing he put on live, and last week was such a happy, upbeat show, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing he puts on Facebook Live is, it was like a morgue. Do you know what I mean? Right? There's no smiles. I'm I didn't take it down. I left it up, right? Full transparency, but it's just it was just I wanted I'm seriously, why did you do that to me? It was like a morgue show.
You know, on this date last year, we got to go home after the Whittier fire, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
It was a year ago.
Why are we talking about a fire after I just brought that up? More morgue.
Because it's a good thing that we are through those. We
just had a fire. I know. Everybody just left my house. Why are we talking about this? And a Great Dane. Do you know I had a family with a Great Dane? So she gets home from. I'm thinking, right? So she leaves, right, for a long vacation. Then she gets home. She was sick for that week, right? So then we had a fire. Okay, her family moves in, of course, and this is my best friend. So then they needed to do errands for an hour. They have this Great Dane. You guys been around a Great Dane?
Yes, they're very tall.
Very bigger than you. One bite, and you're a minion. What do you call those little things? A minion,
that's right?
That one bite and you're gone. Okay, so I've been around a Great Dane maybe once in my life. This dog, when it comes in the house, they already own the house, right? Boom, boom, boom. And what's the dog's name? Chippy or whatever? I mean, it's
Oliver. He's so sweet.
Whatever. Oliver. It doesn't match. It doesn't match. Whatever. Chippy. I don't know, but when it steps
it didn't
in,
match the couch?
No, it does. It is the couch. The dog went in when it came in, right? So I have Saul. You've seen my living room,
yeah,
and it's a regular lived-in living room. But I have Saul, who's a glass blower, right? And when the dog walks in, the tail. Bam!
Oh no!
My nail. But it just makes noise.
Careful now.
I can't hit anything. I don't want to make a boom, but this tail is 9 feet long. So I'm thinking bang, 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 which you've been, I pay wholesale, but that's still, I'm counting because I'm a numbers person, $1,800. One sweep with the tail, right? It's just and I like certain things that he has, and I've had him for 14 years, and I'm just thinking, because life, if you map the world certain ways, you could think of it maybe as a holograph. So I don't want to put out those visions, right? Because maybe the tail does do that, right? And so I'm thinking, oh God, where's Jesus? Because I want to don't where's something, Rosary? Where's something? I don't want to think it could happen. So this dog his head and the tail is over. I mean, it could, quantum physics. I didn't even need quantum physics. It could have happened that way. So then it turns around, which means its butt, which is half the size of my living room, it's going that way. And I'm like, Dominique, help me. So then it turned around the other way, and it sat on me, okay? And then I swear to God, and I don't have I wanted to put it on Facebook Live because that's funny. And then they laughed, right?
The reason why you couldn't take a picture of it was because you couldn't hold your arms further enough away because he's so big on your lap.
He's at least 160 pounds. And its head, I mean, it's bigger than this. It's like, and then when he puts his head on me, it's frightening. Do you know what I'm saying? Where he puts his head?
But he was so sweet. This dog was so kind.
Right.
Never, just very gentle soul. And that's one of the amazing things. You've been around Great Danes.
Yeah.
They have very sweet dispositions.
Yeah, and he stayed there. For he just sat there.
I'm going to get comfortable.
Right. He sat there, and I'm like, if I was going to be a stand-up comic, I really can make this a whole thing on just him. And then I'm like, oh, what if something happens? Like, because he was sitting there. Like, I wanted to know. I was texting Aunt Dahlia, and she didn't respond. What did he eat today? I mean, because, he's sitting on me. Like, I'm just thinking, oh, my God, please don't yawn. Because I don't know what was going to happen. What's going to happen on the other side? Like, whatever. I was going to watch what he watched on TV. I didn't want to scare him, because what's going to happen on the other side? Do you know
don't show him old yell. Don't show him old yell.
I didn't want to make him laugh. Anything. I got the other side. You followed me, right? Do you know what I'm saying? He's a big dog. So I stood there, really. They were gone for 8 hours.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm not lying. My leg fell asleep. My left toe was blue. Forget it.
So do any of you have animals at home?
I have a red-eared slider, so a turtle, and then I also have a cat.
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Do either of you ladies have animals?
Well, I just have 2 pet fishes.
Oh,
excellent.
Anyone named Oliver? No.
Pretty calm. Have you ever had to babysit anyone's dogs before?
No.
No. Are you afraid of dogs?
My uncle has a German Shepherd, and that's the dog that scares me.
German Shepherd?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so awesome.
So, yeah, it's very interesting that with animals, particularly with dogs, they sense what your emotions are, because whatever you're thinking and feeling, you're literally changing the chemistry in your body, and you're emitting a different smell. So they can literally smell your fear if you're afraid. So
pheromones. Just saying. I don't know what that means. What is a pheromone? Is that a smell?
I'll look that up for you later in break. But it's so interesting that when you're around animals, if you just think about creating safe space for yourself, and also creating safe space for the animal, and just thinking calm thoughts, then usually things go really well. And you just ask questions of the person who owns the animal, of do they like to be petted, do they enjoy people, and then you make yourself comfortable around them, and then they're comfortable around you.
I have to tell you, there's one aspect of walking around Santa Barbara, for example, where, of course, a lot of people, they're out walking their dogs and so forth. And I was at the feed store the other day, and a woman was there with her dog, and the dog came up to me and started sniffing me. And the woman says, "Oh, he never does that. I mean, it's amazing that he would come up and I was like, well, he probably smells my 2 dogs and so forth." And I said, "Oh, what's his name?" And she told me what his name was. And I said, what's really strange is we go through town, we go through our day, and we will come across people with dogs, and we will ask the owner the name of the dog and show all of the attention to the dog. We never ask the name of the owner. So I said, "What's your name?" She said, "My name is Debbie." Debbie, nice
oh my
to
gosh, you're
Richard.
so right.
It's like, it's okay.
It's the same if someone comes in with a beautiful infant. You're all into the baby, but you may never ask the mom or the dad's name.
Yeah. So I would say, if you come across someone who has a dog, get permission if you're going to acknowledge the dog, but acknowledge the owner too. Introduce yourself to the owner.
That's beautiful.
I just thought that was so funny when I was sharing that with her. She was laughing. She says, "Yeah, you're right. We do." Even, she says, when I'm out without my dog and I come across, the same kind of thing happens. So introduce yourself to both the dog and the owner.
Yeah, and
I think it's cool.
Generally speaking, it's a really good idea to look everyone in the eye. Whenever you're meeting someone, especially someone that you don't know, look them in the eye, be really relaxed, introduce yourself and ask their name. Yeah. It's a really good practice. Like you're standing in line in the grocery store or you're at Starbucks getting a coffee, make it a habit of turning around and introducing yourself. Yeah. And you will get over your fear of being shy around people you don't know.
And it's a great way to build community.
Yes.
It really is.
Jessica has really good eye contact. I noticed that the first time I met you. Well, that's because she's a police officer. She's like, she looked at me, she said guilty. Just all of a sudden, I went down in fear. No, I'm just kidding. Just said, I said to myself, co-host. That's what I said. I said immediately, and I was texting Michelle. I said, I'm taking her as a co-host. She put thumbs up. I think I could snap it. What? You're doing the smushy on me. Is this show flying through today or what?
It is. We're flying.
Okay. I'm going to just... Another shout out to Tom at Santa Cruz Market right now.
Here, yes.
Yes. Tom, we love you. We always will support you. Let's take a break. Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen, will be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
We're waiting for that book list. Okay.
I have a book list for you.
Summer beach book reading time.
Yes. So the first one that I'm working on, it's called Evolve Your Brain, The Science of Changing Your Mind. And what this book has to do with, they're linking so much between our thoughts and the chemical reaction of what our thoughts produce into our mind, and what happens to our brain when we do meditation, or we engage in sports, or we do community service. All these different things actually give us a break and a vacation from how we have previously envisioned ourselves, and it literally gives the brain a chance to create itself anew and to have new wrinkles and new pathways. And so we begin to make it easier for us to learn things and to learn new things. And so another book, these are books that have been written by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's got another book that talks about You Are the Placebo, Making Your Mind Matter.
And how much does this cost, please? I was on a budget.
Like $14 on Amazon. I mean, you can even find used books. So, and I highly recommend going to your used bookstores and also to our bookstore here in town, Chaucer's.
We love Chaucer's.
Yeah.
Chaucer's. Love Chaucer's. Yes.
By the way, you talking about that title about be the placebo?
Yeah.
And a study came out not too long ago. They were I think it was actually cancer drugs, and they were actually giving people one group a placebo and the other group was the medication. Now, normally when you do a test like this, normally you don't tell the group that's getting the placebo that they're getting a placebo. But in this case, they told them.
Interesting.
And it worked. It worked.
Interesting.
So there is power in the placebo. And so that would be a very interesting book to read from that standpoint.
Yeah, so there's a couple of doctors that have written about the placebo effect. Ladies, do you know what a placebo means?
Yeah, it's like fake medicine, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when right now the way our science is set up, before a new drug or a new procedure can be released, they have a study group. And so in the study group, half of the study group get the actual medicine or the procedure, and then the other half do not, but they are told that they are. And so what they're finding is, why is it that the people who have been given a placebo, why are they getting well? So there is evidence, there is science-based evidence that what we believe affects our body, affects our health, affects our mind.
You heal yourself. Done.
So, and it also explains why sometimes you give someone medicine and it doesn't work, because maybe that person's in a place and space where they're not ready to be healed. So it doesn't matter what they're going to be given. They're going to refuse that. Yeah. So this is really huge. And what it speaks to is that however you're envisioning your life, your thoughts are helping to make that happen. So I was wondering, at PAL, do you ever do vision boards with the kids?
I think it's one of those where It's not so major, but if they'll come in and be like, oh, I hurt myself, and they kind of freak out, but they're freaking themselves out, and we're like, okay, let's take a seat, let's wipe you off with the sanitizer wipes or whatever it is, and then they're like, perfectly fine.
Yep.
Well, nothing happened. And I can relate to it. A couple months ago, I dislocated my shoulder. And for the first time, I was...
Very painful.
Yes, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I'm broken. It took me a while to heal. And then this past, I would say about 2 weeks ago, it happened again. And I was like, oh no, I don't want to be stuck like this again. So my first thought is, I need to get out of this sling. So this time I was like, I'm not going to be the 6 months again. And then, so I'm just extending my physical therapy. But it is one of those things where it's like, I don't want to be in a sling. So, and I was fine. I'm still moving. I'm trying to get in water, get it moving. But definitely, I think it is a mind thing.
Excellent. Yeah, when I was your ladies' ages, I was in ballet and for 7 years, and then I sprained my ankle. And at that time, I didn't have anyone coaching me on how do you heal from a sports injury. And apparently, the way that you treat your body while you're healing can help you heal even stronger.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's huge, absolutely huge. Then the other book that I'm reading, just to fill your list, I like this one the best. It's Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself: How to Lose Your Mind and Create a New One. Has anyone ever suggested that to you, to break the habit of being yourself?
Yes. Multiple times.
That's the definition of insanity, isn't it?
Well, okay, so the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So that's why they tell us that we need to break the habit of being ourselves, is that if we want to attain a goal that we haven't been able to attain before, we're going to have to do it different. So how do you approach that when you realize you got to make a major change?
I honestly don't even know till this day.
Do you just jump right in and just keep flowing and finding different ways to do?
Yeah, and I have the help with my brother and all that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Asking for help. That's the big thing that PAL presents for everyone, is that you're not alone. You're not alone in this journey, and you have help. Yeah. So, can you guys give a shout out to some of your friends at PAL?
I would shout out Ariana Loris, one of my friends that I met up through PAL. She's also in YLC, so it's
nice.
Shout out to my friend Erin. She's also a YLC member, and she's the president of it now.
Oh,
nice. And of Michelle Myring, can you say something that you really appreciate about her?
I really like how she's involved with PAL throughout the years. And I think it's amazing.
I would say the same. She's involved with YLC. A lot of people who are in YLC are committed to what they're doing, so it's a good environment to be in.
How does it make you feel to have all these adults committed to you having a good experience?
Well, it makes me feel good because we're all involved in fundraising for events, and yeah.
It's a sense of family and community?
Yeah, family. Second home.
Nice.
I don't know. I think Michelle, it trickles down. It's toxic. I look up to her. I mean that because, when you're around women that are strong.
Contagious.
It's definitely, she's contagious. Seriously. That's why we do what we do, because sometimes you get tired. Drag. And then all of a sudden she lights up the room and it's just push.
It's definitely
It's like you're down to 5%. And you're dragging. You can't help it because you're human. I own it at least. And all of a sudden I see her. Just jumping around hi, how are you? I'm 30. And I'm right on. It's just it's sometimes I see a Facebook post. It's a cute one, a cop one. I don't know. I'll show it to you. And it's just I don't know. I posted maybe about a week ago. And then now it's gone 3, I guess people have been then I see share, right? And then so people are sharing it, and then I'll show it to you today, right? And then all of a sudden, so 4 or 5 times it's been like reposted in the last couple of days, and then so it's in my feed, right? And it's just like assist Norfolk cops are just going. I don't think anybody got arrested in Norfolk for the last week. So anyway, but it's just a bunch of these cops get together and they're just lip syncing this song or whatever. And then
That's awesome.
like today, she sees me. I'm in the garden. I'm just like lip syncing. I'm sure that people on my block think she's lost it. The scene. Then I'm in the kitchen, right? Feeding my dog, and it's on again. Here I'm going, and then I'll respond on it. I'll go, yeah, I'm just strutting through my kitchen. And I don't care because it's so cute. But it's nice when you see police like being human. And I think that is just so awesome that people are being authentic, and then you see first responders doing that because it's just nice. You know what I mean? I think it's awesome.
Yeah, we've had many of our parents coming in, and some of our officers, our beat coordinators that are always there. The parents walk in and there's an officer playing pool with the student, or foosball, whatever it is. But it does make a really big impact.
Okay, everybody don't panic. Dominique has to. It says drink water. Okay. This is important, okay? See, when I first met her, it's just, I jumped. But now, I'm used to it. It's no problem.
Well, okay, so the drink water alarm is because most people, they think about, I want to get in 8 glasses of water a day or something like that. Mm-hmm. So they grab a big bottle of water, and then they chug-a-lug 8 ounces, and then they forget about it. And a few hours later, they're like, oh, my God, I need a drink. And maybe they'll drink 2 glasses of water. The problem is our body can actually only take a small amount of water at a time, and then the rest of it runs through the system and doesn't give us benefit. So it's better to be sipping water throughout the day than to guzzle 8 ounces all at once and then not drink for 4 hours. So that's why wherever I go, I have an alarm that goes off, and I just turn around and tell everyone, even if it's a group of 100 people, I stand up and I say, drink water.
And she's not kidding. So everybody, drink water, and let's take a break. This is Erica Salda, Queen of Teen. We'll be back with more after these messages. We are back, and this is the Santa Barbara Teen Sports Radio Show. I am your host, Erica Salda, the Queen of Teen. Please tune in
every single Tuesday.
All right, let's reach out to Santa Barbara because we're such a loving, growing community. Look, she all laughs at me. So what's coming up? We have a fundraiser coming up, or no fundraisers? We've got gymnastics. We've got, what else has got coming up? School starting in like 6 weeks. So yes. What else is going on?
Right now during the summer we have a couple excursions for them going on. Mm-hmm. If any teens are out there looking for something to do, new people to hang out with, we will be taking kids out. We have our paintball coming up.
Paintball. What's that?
Yes. So
we like paintball.
For our summer excursions, we just try to find something for the kids to do aside from being at the teen center. We want to take them out, hang out with staff. A couple of us will be going out with them. So it's very fun. They also have Hurricane Harbor coming up. They'll be doing that.
Let's go back to paintball. When is that at?
It's going to be at one of the paintball locations in Ventura, I believe it is. It'll be my first time being there, but a couple of the kids have gone.
We get extra if you get accidentally hit? No.
It's funny, when we had our big and little pal, we had the water balloon fight, my first time going with them. Oh my God, I literally took a water balloon to the face. But I was like, whatever, I forgive you guys.
That's awesome. Nice. That's awesome. So that has to be fundraised, or we already have the money for that?
Our kids we're doing the group thing, so Pal's trying to pay off with the group, but the kids will bring $30 for just those 2 excursions. Just because they get their own paint, mm-hmm. And then for Hurricane Harbor, we pay it as a group.
So you guys going to go to that?
Yes.
I'm
going to go to Hurricane Harbor.
Are you going to go to paintball? Are you going to paintball? No?
I'm thinking about it.
It doesn't hurt that.
Doesn't hurt that. So how about if you go, Teen Sports Radio will pay for that, for you two to go.
To paintballing?
Yeah. Would you go if we both paid for that?
I'll go. Try something new.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So we'll take care of that.
Thank you very much.
Oh, well, we like that. All right. Good. All right. Good. Right. Santa Barbara Wellness Way for that?
Absolutely.
We have
take care of it.
We got to sell a book for that.
Not a problem.
Okay.
Yep.
Who's going to buy the book? Dr. D, he's put his hands up. Oh, he's going to buy it. Yeah, I like that. He said he's going to buy that. Oh, yeah, Dr. D, I'm so excited. Yeah.
Yeah, now we're working on the almanac for next year that will come out in
exciting.
2019.
I did all the art already.
Yeah, and I'm going to remember one of the holidays that I forgot. Do you know which holiday I forgot?
Old Saints Day?
No, Groundhog's Day.
Oh.
Can you believe that? A really important holiday. Right. So that will get included.
Did you get a book in there?
No, we didn't.
Well, we have one in the car for you.
Oh, okay.
And you don't have to buy it. That would pay for the two things, but you don't have to buy it. I'm so excited. I put 2 books in the car.
That's awesome.
We'll sign it too. Okay. That's very exciting. We have 1 minute left. And the show's already over.
Yeah, it's just about.
Wow.
It's not over yet.
No, it's not.
It's not over until it's over.
And okay, before it's over, what I do, because we still owe you birthday breakfast.
Okay.
Or lunch or dinner, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't forget. I know you're thinking I forgot, but I did not.
No.
So birthday breakfast tomorrow?
Sure, why not?
Yes?
Yeah.
I'm so excited you say yes.
Yeah.
Birthday breakfast.
Just tell me where the heck to go.
My house.
Oh, your house. Okay.
Yes.
I know where that is.
Yes. You've had birthday breakfast there before.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
Well, not birthday breakfast.
Not birthday.
I've had breakfast there
many
before.
breakfasts.
Yeah.
You have to see it. It's all new now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to that.
No, I'm really excited about
Yeah. Very cool.
Yes. And now we're done.
You just have to close out the program.
Birthday breakfast.
All you have to do is close out the program.
Ladies, we love you. You're gonna have a good fun. Now you have to for the freeness. You have to. One of you guys got to accidentally hit her. Okay, promise me. All right. And you got to send me. You got to tell us a story, and you have to promise that I want a picture.
We'll bring Erica a picture back.
Yes, we love you. God bless. See you next week.